welcome to Get It Over, baby.
That's right. It's time for Getting Over. I'm your host, the Duke, sitting alongside my good friend and companion, Mr. Kenny Camino Jr.
Let's bump gloves. The glove was in the kitchen.
I was actually looking for that.
I know you were. I was sitting there like, get in my pocket this whole time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But now we both got gloves. So that was... I'm sorry. All right. Welcome to Getting Over. I am Kenny Camino Jr., the Black Lucha Libre in the flesh, and I'm sitting next to the Duke, the one and only, the left hand assassin, the man amongst all men, the definer of the defined. He is the Duke. What's going on, Dukester?
I'm rocking in the free world. How about you?
Hold on, I gotta. You know it's time to record. I gotta get right.
That's right.
What's going on with y'all? It's been a little minute. I'm about to go ahead and post this video real quick. So we got some stuff to talk about because some stuff is irritating me. It's pissing me off.
What vexes you today, sir?
Vexed. What vexes me? Well, nothing vexes me. What pisses me off is you marks. I'm just joking. But yeah, we got a couple of things to talk about this week on Getting Over. First of which, we're going to start with. Don't know if you guys have heard, but Hell in a Cell is 2 weeks away, and it's being headlined. I'm about to get into my Donald Trump mode, where it's about to get real sexist on this area.
Real sexist.
On this area of the screen.
Real
Hold on.
sexist.
This area of the screen, the sexism is gonna stop right here. But from this point, it's gonna get real sexist, like right about there. So, Hell in a Cell is headlined by Sasha Banks and Charlotte. Now, hold on for a second. Now, what I think about this is that this is a ploy by WWE. You know what? I'm not even going to say WWE. I'm just going to say Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon, I need to talk to you real quick. What's up, girl? How you doing, man? You were looking really good in that black dress, but I need to talk to you for a couple of seconds. You're getting a little crazy with the women's empowerment movement. We all want women to be empowered. We all want women to be pushed forward in this genre of entertainment, sports entertainment. But this is a little forced. So let me get this straight. So you want to make the main event of Hell in a Cell the structure that has taken at least 5 years off of mankind's life.
Or more.
The structure that The Undertaker refuses to put anybody else over in. Hey, Mark, screw you, man. Hey, man, Mark, you ain't shit. The Demon Ginger ain't shit. Hey, Duke was watching those Hell in a Cell matches with Mankind. I was just like, what is Mark gonna take a bump? Like, he's not gonna take any type of bump, like, whatsoever. I'm just gonna kill you with this. Just raise my hand at the end, and we're all straight. But anyway, so I digress. But Stephanie, you want to make the main event of this particular pay-per-view that's themed per this structure, Sasha and Charlotte. I have a slight problem with that because I feel like, listen, WWE has expressed its its agenda in terms of nonprofit partnerships, and it looks at it as a marketing ploy, which first of all is just wrong, because you shouldn't be just looking to profit off of nonprofit partnerships. You should just be looking to just do it because you're supposed to do it. But then,
not trying to make yourself look good by putting that what you're actually doing on TV.
And isn't it weird that Hell in a Cell is going to be the last day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they're so happy to have this Charlotte versus Sasha main event?
Well, that was probably going to happen anyway, because apparently, according to the Women's Revolution, that there's only 2 people part of it.
To me, I'm just like, so you're saying that so what is that saying to your other talent? So does that say, so to Rusev and Roman, and to Kevin Owens and I was about to say Sami Zayn just by like instinct. But Sami
said it anyway.
Freudian slip. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. What does that say to them? It's just like, we don't trust you to be the main event. You don't deserve to be.
Those guys are going to be the main event anyway.
See,
they're highlighting those other 2 people because they think they need to put it forward.
If I'm Kevin Owens, I'm mad because I'm like, you're like crapping over my whole. So the first pay-per-view where I'm champion,
was
the second pay-per-view that I'm champion. Like, if I'm Kevin Owens, I need to be in the main event. I'm the universal champion. This is the number 1 belt in the company.
Yeah, but it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, whatever month.
I don't care if I'm Kevin Owens. This right here, hold on. This right here, that's what's important. This right here ain't important. Y'all can lose these. I don't care if I'm Kevin Owens. This right here is what's important right now. That's what's important. So the fact that it's like Sasha Banks and Charlotte, I just feel like Stephanie McMahon, like, you can't have PR agendas influencing storylines. Like, come on, man. Like, with the LBGT DDT.
Which is
don't even do it. Don't even tell them. Let them find out on their own. With the LGBT
DDT.
Hey, so with that whole thing going on, and Stephanie is pandering to that demographic, and then the thing with the women's rights and women's empowerment and stuff like that, which I have no problem with, but at the same time, there's a time and a place for everything. I'm not saying that, women's empowerment is time, has a time clock stamped to it, but it just has to make sense.
So
like, why?
What do you mean? Okay, so let me ask you this question. Since you're saying that the time clock does not make sense to have this whole women's empowerment deal going on, I mean, what better time to put it than Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Hey, look, if you want to empower some women, how about you empower some women besides Sasha and Charlotte? How about you do that? How about we start there? How about you empower some more women besides Sasha and Charlotte? How about that? Dude, you got like 6 other women on your roster. I was looking at that the other day, and Raya's like, yeah, see, look, you quiet as hell.
See, I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to talk about women's empowerment, how can we start on your own roster? Alicia Fox just got her ass whooped, and she got to sit down. What did she wrestled in NXT?
Did she wrestle today?
I don't know. She might as well. Like, she ain't on no pay-per-view. Nia Jax ain't on no pay-per-view.
The number 4 woman on that list who should be in a feud with Bayley right now is Nia Jax, but she's not because no reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to sit there and you want to stick up for women, how about you start sticking up for women on your own roster? How about that?
If you look across this stage over at SmackDown, they've got all their women highlighted all the time.
You got these women in your ring with no boobs, and they're in the ring more than Nia Jax. not funny.
Holding up title belts that Nia Jax.
I know the title belts that Nia Jax will never win for at least 2 more years. I'm just saying, man. Like you're forcing this down our throats, man. Like I understand how you want to. This is your legacy. Like Vince gave you the company, so you're like, I'm gonna make my mark, and I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it philanthropic, and I'm gonna make it, about empowerment, about it, advancing. But it has to make sense within the. You do understand that you're writing a story. You have to make it make sense within the story. You can't just jam it in. That's the same thing you did with Roman, just jamming it in there. Bird agrees with me. Just jamming it in there just because you feel like jamming it in there. You know what we call that in regular society? Rape. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are concise. I understand what Stephanie's doing. Her timing may be a little off, but I don't think what she's doing, it really hurts anybody. I mean, Kevin Owens has that World Heavyweight Championship, and right now they're trying to flesh out this whole Kevin Owens and Jericho thing right now, and the whole Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens thing. I mean, to me, there's no real steam behind it because Seth Rollins hasn't got his whole new anti-hero character over enough for me to really care about it.
Think about that. Like they haven't even. Seth Rollins is supposed to be like your number one babyface, and you haven't focused enough on making that apparent. Like, not everybody that watches your show knows that Seth Rollins is a baby.
Because the Jericho, exactly, but because the Jericho and the Kevin Owens thing is so over. That's what they're pushing right now.
It's like the thing about that is it's crazy that that's not apparent, but yet you want to sit here and focus on. And to me, look, I have no problem if Sasha wants to go in there and kill herself. Be my guest. But the thing,
she will.
Dude, man, I hope not, man. I suggest everybody on that Sunday pray for that girl. Y'all go to church and you go up to the pastor and be like, hashtag pray for Sasha. I'm starting it right now. Hashtag pray for Sasha. Sasha. On that Sunday, y'all all go to church and y'all go up to the part of the church where preacher be like, hey, I need you guys to come down. If y'all want to pray for somebody, just be like, oh, Lord Jesus, I want you to pray for Sasha Banks. Please bless her on her exploits of sports entertainment, because I don't want her to break her neck in 7 small places. If she's about to do it, she's going to try. She's going to try to kill herself. Sasha, so wasn't Charlotte talking about, can I do a moonsault off the
moonsault off the moonsault off the Hell in a Cell.
I bet you Vince McMahon was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I barely let my son do that. And he's my son.
I bet you $5 Shane didn't even ask him. I bet you $5 Shane just did it.
Why would Shane have just did it if there was like the pillow under the table?
Oh, no. I'm talking about just when he was younger. Like he did that crazy crap they used to do when he was younger. I bet you the first one that he did, he didn't even ask him. He just did it. I bet you $5 that Sasha and them are just gonna try. They're gonna try to do something to where we're gonna be like, oh Jesus Christ, she killed herself. Like to me, it's like, dude, Sasha, that's not cool. Like, do you realize that? We're not sitting here giving you props for that.
Sasha doesn't have enough physicality. Like she doesn't have the control of her body like an athlete does. Who's of those calibers? Like if you look at an Apollo Crews, like Apollo Crews has 100% control of his body. If you look at somebody else like Dean Ambrose does not have 100% control of his body when he's doing something athletic. If you take that and if you extrapolate that over the women wrestlers, the person who has the least control of her body, I would say, is Sasha Banks. Aside from Ava Marie, but I mean but Sasha Banks, when you look at the way she moves in the ring, she has the least control.
The funny thing about that is like Sasha Banks, she tries so hard to be Eddie Guerrero. But you have to understand, Sasha, that Eddie Guerrero didn't die in the ring. He died in the bathtub. Like he's not.
But also Eddie Guerrero, before he got to the WWE, he had wrestled his entire life, like literally since the time he was a kid.
And to me, it's like, Sasha, if you want to be Eddie Guerrero, what you need to start working on, you need to start being technical. You need to start paying attention to detail. That's what you need to start doing. Instead of like trying to break your neck in 7 places, you need to be working on how to do this rear naked choke. You need to learn how to do that. Like the Eddie Guerrero was a technical wrestler. Eddie Guerrero wasn't sitting there trying to kill himself. Like at least from the Eddie Guerrero I remember, I didn't really watch Eddie Guerrero. I admit I didn't watch Ruthless Aggression Eddie Guerrero. I was Monday Night Wars Eddie Guerrero. That's what I was watching. And the Eddie Guerrero that I remember, it wasn't really trying to. He was a mat wrestler. Like he wasn't. I mean, he did the frog splash, but he wasn't doing all that kind of crazy crap trying to kill himself. He was wrestling. Like, if you want to be Eddie Guerrero, then try wrestling. That's why the guys respected him, because he was so technical and he had so much attention to detail. He had that steamboat gene where it's just like, I'm going to try to make this look like a real fight as much as I possibly can. And it's just like, making it look like a real fight, it doesn't mean I have to bend my neck the way it shouldn't bend. Like, that's not earning you any points. Sasha, let me ask you a question. Do you think you're more over than Bayley? Just seriously, do you think you're more over than Bayley? I don't think you are. So all of this, like, I'm about to suicide dive on the crown of my head where you're not supposed to hit, all that, like, that's for naught. Because Bayley is just as over as you are, if not more, by doing, you know what her finisher is? A belly-to-belly suplex. A belly-to-belly suplex. Like, dude, you don't have to do all of that. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're trying to sit here and put on these matches. Like, dude, we're not going to respect you anymore if you kill yourself. Like, I mean, I know I'm not. Like for what? Like, I don't understand. Like, what? I don't get it. Don't do that, man. Like, I just don't understand. And then Stephanie McMahon is egging you up. Just putting you in the main event. Stephanie McMahon, you're not encouraging women. You're actually doing the opposite. You're going to kill them.
You think she's a little bit too eager to get this whole thing rolling?
Who, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course she is. As soon as Vince said that you gonna make some decisions, she probably got wet. Sorry. She probably got excited.
Wow.
What? I'm just saying, like, she seems like the type of person that when she's somebody is where she feels like she's living.
Okay.
She doesn't feel like she's alive
because she doesn't
somebody.
even understand how to.
Because if Vince McMahon was her dad,
people over in her character.
Because if Vince McMahon wasn't her dad, I bet you $5 she wouldn't. No, never mind. I'm not even
because nobody can say anything to her. Like when they're supposed to do like a vignette or something like that, no one can never get the upper hand on her. She always has to like go outside of her character to make sure that she looks.
She has to always like I don't know, man. Stephanie, she's just doing too much. It's just I like Stephanie. Never mind. I like Stephanie.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I like Steph. I said it. I like her. I like her a lot. I like how she looked. Triple H, that's a fine woman you got there. Fine woman. She's the type of woman that when you get through chopping lumber and you come home, she got that rabbit stew cooking for you on the stove. She's like, "Hey, honey, you want me to rub your back? You want me to rub your lats? Bend over."
Hunter bend over?
He's done it before. Ask Shawn Michaels. Anyway, but yeah. So anyway, I feel like Stephanie McMahon, she's like have you heard the term spot monkey?
Yes.
She's like a PR monkey. Like she like any type of, well, we're the first to do this and we're the first to, and I guarantee you she's the one that's probably pushing this New Day crap. Like, oh, we need to break that record. We need to get them out of here. We need to.
Everyone wants to break the tag team record because like,
nobody cared about that record until this
nobody
year.
cared about. First of all, nobody cared about the record till the show, and then secondly, the reason that the reason that record got up to be that high was because nobody cared about it to begin with.
Why do we care about records and fake fighting?
Oh, it's all about.
Why? Like
but it means something to somebody. So I mean, they put the title on Ric Flair.
It means something for you in these New Day shirts,
whatever.
You dudes in these New Day shirts. That's what
they're gonna have, like some sort of like congratulations, we made it to this point. They're not gonna go too much farther after that. I mean, they're gonna break that.
No, they need to lose the record. They need I forgot what it is, 400 and whatever. The day after, they're going to drop the titles.
They're just going to drop those belts. Those guys have jumped the shark a long time ago.
And I swear to God, if you drop those belts to anybody else besides Anderson and Gallows, I will burn whatever stadium you're in to the ground. I swear to God, if you drop those belts to Cesaro and Sheamus, I will burn that stadium to the ground.
You going to go against Cesaro and Sheamus? I thought Sheamus was your guy now.
Nah, man. Like, I mean, I respect Cesaro and Sheamus, but at the same time, nah, man, not over Anderson and Gallows. That's what they do. That's what they do. Cesaro and Sheamus.
Not lately.
So, dude, it's to me, it's just like you don't go from being like say for example, like Carl Anderson, like you don't go from being in the G1 final to losing the Big Cass. Like what? What? That doesn't make sense. Like, do you know how hard it is for a Gaijin to win the G1? Like that doesn't happen. Like, and he made it to the finals, and then he loses the. Carl Anderson can go, man. Like I don't understand why. Why would you have him just job the Big Cass? I mean, I understand you had Kofi job to Luke Gallows, but it's just I don't know, man. It's just y'all writing is just screwed up. Like it's just weird. Y'all shouldn't even have had him did that. Like I don't understand it. Kofi Kingston was a top guy, and then you have him just job to Gallows, and then you had Anderson job to Big Cass. Like why do you split these tag teams up just to job? You guys do realize that makes them look weaker, right? Like that doesn't make sense. Like so basically what you're saying he needs Gallows around? Well, why do I need to respect this guy? Oops. Why do I need to respect this guy? I just rubbed that into the carpet.
Yes, you did.
But anyway.
Are you though?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't have said it if I wasn't. I got the mic wire wet. It's wet. Like Stephanie McMahon in Power. You know, like that? Oh, okay. Oh shit. Anyway, but yeah. So back to what I was saying before. You said it. So are you for this or not?
I mean, I like the idea that
Sasha
and Charlotte are going to be the main event. It's something we haven't seen before, and right now Raw is trying to do anything they can to make sure that they're seen in a different way. It's something new or different is happening. They want to make sure they look different from the old era. They want to make sure that they're giving something to see that SmackDown isn't giving them, and they want to make sure they're highlighting themselves in some way. I don't happen to think that they're doing it the right way, but I applaud them for trying.
Okay, let's talk about that. So you're saying that you don't think they're doing it the right way. So you think they're forcing it?
I think they might be, but I don't think it's like egregiously terrible. As long as that match comes out being good, then I don't really.
Oh, to be continued.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because if it's Sasha and Charlotte, that's gonna be a botch. Hey, look, I hate it when y'all be going on these polls and these little websites and these little chat rooms and these groups, these discussion groups. You be sitting there giving Charlotte and Sasha 4 stars and all this crap. Get out of here, man. You know it's a botch fest.
I'm a legit boss.
Man, look, man. You know that's a botch fest, dude. And I to me, I'm not even gonna make it seem like I don't even like Charlotte, like Sasha, like that. I like Charlotte. I really like Charlotte. I like Charlotte a lot. Charlotte is ranked like amongst the guys. Like she's really good at what she does. And Sasha is man, Sasha's just she's cute, but well, yeah, she's cute and she wears a respectable hair hat. But other than that, like she be going hard in the paint. Makazi, you gotta have to talk to her, man. You got to tell her, man. I bet you Makazi be sitting on the couch like, oh Jesus, please, I just got this. Please don't let it die. I'm tired of this, man. Jumping off the cage, talking about can I do a moonsault off the cage? To what? Who's gonna catch you?
Yeah,
Sasha, who's 120 pounds.
Yeah, no one's can catch that. That woman's this is an enormous woman.
I know Charlotte weighs like 230.
She's China size, like she's at least China height.
Sasha weighs as much as Kevin Durant. I mean, Charlotte. I'm just joking. I'm joking. But you know what's funny about this whole thing is how disrespectful this is to China. Like, I feel like China should have been the first woman to main event a pay-per-view. I feel like
she did main event a pay-per-view.
Which one? Why are they saying this is the first then? Are they saying this is the first Hell in? I think they said this is the first main event with a woman. Period.
Hell in a Cell, like well.
I think it's the first with a woman. Period. I don't think. China
I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute, that was a Raw. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
China main evented a Raw, and then she won the IC belt.
See, to me,
then they dropped the glitter and everything.
Yeah, I felt like China should have challenged like a Jericho or somebody like that.
I think just the fact that China wrestled men on the regular and then won a world belt behind it that's another thing is even better than that.
I'm glad that you said that because that's a segue into what another thing I was. Y'all gonna have to chill out with this. Charlotte is the greatest woman wrestler of all time crap. Like y'all really gonna have to chill out on that.
That is China's title and will forever be China's
title. That'll be China's Charlotte will get it eventually because China died, but I mean, and she stopped wrestling, and she didn't start wrestling until she was older. But if Charlotte got some work to do before China won a belt with men. Like that's how much. Think about that, and that's not even being sexist. That's saying the company messes with you so much that they're willing to. Was China in the Royal Rumble? She entering? She was an entry in the Royal Rumble.
In the Royal Rumble, she wrestled men.
She won it.
She wrestled Jeff Jarrett and Chris Jericho. And Bob Holly for the Intercontinental
Championship. She won the Intercontinental Championship, the very same title Randy Savage held, Shawn Michaels held, Ultimate Warrior held. Like, think about that.
The Rock, Triple H.
You're the belt that says I'm the next person that's going to win the world title.
Yeah.
Like, and if she would have kept going, who knows?
She probably would. She was actually supposed to have won the world title.
Yeah, Vince Russo said that. Yeah, Vince Russo said that he wanted to ride her into the world title. Like, but think about that. Like, you just because she took some penis in a porn video doesn't mean that you can take that away from her.
I mean, they have X-Pac back on, like for the
Sean,
whatever.
Sean Whitman. Sean Whitman sounds like a comic book character. He sounds like somebody that needs to be bitten by some genetically altered animal. And
like he already does look like he's been bitten by a radioactive rat. Like, I mean, that's what he looks like.
He's been bitten by a radioactive crack rock. That's what he looks like. Sorry, I'm sorry, Spock. I shouldn't have said that. I messed with you. Too sweet.
But
no, okay. But anyway,
but yeah, Pac's got his own things. But I say, like, even though he does have his own things, they still let him come back for the reassemblance of DX or whatever. They let Road Dogg come back. They let Bubba Ray Dudley come back. Bubba Ray Dudley was in a porn.
Bubba Ray Dudley was in a porn?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Not like he didn't have his junk out, I don't think.
No, he was just featured. Like he was just
he was in one, but yeah.
They're putting him through tables.
Yeah. Oh, wow. But he was in something like that. I mean, and they're about to have Mickey James back. Mickey James was in hella porn.
But like, Devon, get the Kegels.
Get the Kegels. Get her Kegels.
Y'all know that was funny as.
And then what?
I'm sorry.
They had somebody. They had some other girl that they were pushing that was in like a bunch of Playboy stuff, Penthouse stuff.
I don't think Vince McMahon has a problem with you guys exposing your vagina. I really do not. So I think that it's. The fact I think that Hunter
Sable was in Playboy twice, and so was China was in Playboy twice.
I don't think that's like I said. I don't think Vince McMahon has a problem with you exposing your vagina. I feel like the problem lies with China and Hunter. So I think that's what that's about. But be that as it may, and then the fact that Stephanie pretty much trying to erase her from the. Just trying to erase. I bet you $5.
Doesn't even exist.
I bet you $5. Stephanie wants that Intercontinental title to come on Raw so bad so she can get Charlotte to win it. I swear to God, she's trying to do that. Yeah. I bet you $5 is a storyline.
Woman Intercontinental champion.
I know she's gonna say some crap like that. If she says some crap like that, I'm driving to Stephanie McMahon's house to personally slap her in the mouth. China is the greatest female wrestler of all time. Now, it'd have been dope if we could have saw China versus Charlotte at some point in time. That would have been dope.
Yeah.
But
like this whole Survivor Series thing, like I would have liked to see China versus Charlotte, but
yeah, that would have been dope. That would have been super dope. But, I mean, because Charlotte actually looks like she physically can compete with China. Like when any other woman gets in there with China, I mean, the physical comparison just doesn't make sense. Like optically, when you look at them, you're just like, okay, there's no way in the world this woman's going to beat this girl.
Yeah, you look at Charlotte right now, and you put her against any other woman who's in there who isn't Nia Jax, and it just looks like there's no way that she could ever be beaten
unless you have like Asuka, who's like the female Shinsuke, which has this whole racist undertone of, well, she's from the Orient, so she knows karate.
So she knows karate because she's from. Yeah.
She'll screw you up because she knows karate. Doesn't matter how big she is, she's gonna mess you up. But I mean, other than that, I mean, man, that's kind of funny. I didn't even think about that till just now.
You didn't think about that till just now?
Well, I mean, not necessarily.
Every Asian person other than Jimmy Wang Yang that they put up there has known karate in some form or fashion.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I mean, I guess what I was saying was like as an equalizer. They don't even make it like a karate guy to where he's like big, like he's swole. Like, you know what I'm saying? They make him just like a regular sized guy. Like Shinsuke doesn't have to work out really. He's just a normal sized guy. Like Shinsuke could go to a Starbucks and people probably wouldn't even know who he is.
Yeah, but for some reason they try to put him over as this karate master.
Well, that's the reason they putting him over, because he'll kick the crap out. That's that stereotype, like, oh, the little Asian guy, you know, he knows something.
Yeah,
he'll kick the crap out of you. If y'all put Shinsuke against Brock Lesnar, man, I swear to God, it's probably not gonna go. Hey, well,
they wouldn't do that.
They would. They're gonna do that. I absolutely think they're gonna do that. Shinsuke is gonna be the dude that, if they're gonna try to make Brock Lesnar this new Undertaker and have him like this whole, he's dominating everybody, I guarantee you, for one, he likes Shinsuke. Two, his style makes sense. They're both MMA guys. Like, physically, it doesn't make sense, but they'll make it.
Shinsuke's style is far more theatrical than Brock Lesnar's style is.
Well, yeah, because he's fighting he's fighting guys where it calls for theatrics. But if he's fighting a guy that it calls for him to fight, I'm pretty sure, like Samoa Joe, he broke Samoa Joe.
He broke Samoa
Joe's jaw. He was like, you're bigger than me. They gotta believe this. Crack. Like,
yeah, but Joe didn't see that coming.
No. I'm saying since Shinsuke is gonna, like, there ain't gonna be none of this Michael Jackson, I'm about to walk around, you think of my sexuality is in question type crap. It's gonna be, I'm about to kick you smooth in the face to the point where your jaw is gonna split in half. Like,
I wouldn't give that to Shinsuke just because he's that strong or whatever. I mean, like,
no, I'm not giving it to him that strong.
Somebody with a real punch. Anyway,
no. I'm talking about how invested he is in the psychology of the match. That's what I'm talking about. He's not gonna go and do this flamboyant, like, because the guy walking around he ain't gonna do that Michael Jackson crap with Brock Lesnar. He gonna be serious. He's gonna be like, all right, this dude is bigger than me. He's a professional fighter. Like, this is the psychology of it. Okay, this dude is bigger than me. He's a professional fighter. Why would I play around with him? Like, why would I sit here and do the little bent wrist gestures? Why would I do that? Like, it's just same way with Samoa Joe. He was just like, I'm about to work as strong as I possibly can because it needs to be believable.
Okay.
Like, if I'm a little guy and I'm fighting this dude, I'm not gonna sit here and do this showboating crap. I'm gonna kick you in the jaw and make sure it breaks in half, which it did. And then Samoa Joe was like, hey, man, this is fake. This is fake. Joe's just sitting there just, why'd you break his jaw, Sasuke? Was that even necessary?
He just threw himself into it.
Kachasa, or whatever that move is called. Kicks him on. No, first he kneed him. He kneed him first. And then that's what broke his jaw. Then he hit him with the finisher.
Yeah.
I'm just like, when he would have been running at me for that finish, I'd be like, X. Don't cross go. Like, I don't know. Shinsuke, you a dirty, you're worse than the Undertaker. You're worse than Mark.
Why is he worse than Mark? Mark, we just watched that. We watched that.
Because Shinsuke apologizes. Mark just like, I'm about to take you and I'm about to power bomb you to hell, son.
We watched that Hell in a Cell between Undertaker and Mankind, and there were like 4 bumps the whole movie, the whole match.
Yeah, but those 4 bumps were life threatening.
Yeah, but it was like the first bump was Mankind getting thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell.
That's not even a bump, dude. You can't even
Then
classify.
the second one is a choke slam through the cage.
Let me ask you a question. Like, well, no, let's not even ask you a question. Let me make a statement. The fact that you're referring to it as a bump, I feel like doesn't do it justice. That's not even a bump. A bump is like body slam.
I mean, what else am I going to call it?
Attempted murder. Manslaughter. Attempted manslaughter.
The first charge.
He threw Mankind off of the man. I'll never forgive the Undertaker for that. Man, the Undertaker, man. I'm glad that Brock Lesnar beat the Undertaker. Hey, that black guy that was making those eyes, man, those bug eyes.
Yeah.
I'm making them under my mask right now, but you just can't tell. But the black guy that was making those eyes, man, I'm glad the Undertaker lost because he's sitting there and, man, dude, for the fact that he didn't take one, he took one bump. I don't even did he, what did he take? He took a chair. He took a chair shot.
He took a chair shot.
That was it. And then Mankind pretty much died 3 times in that match. That is crazy. Charlotte, is that what's gonna happen between you and Sasha? Is Sasha gonna get?
And remember, this is a bigger cage than that,
dude. Man, Sasha, man, I'm telling you, please. I bet you $5 Sasha's gonna watch that match the night before. I'm like, I can beat that. I can top that.
She's gonna fall off there and she's gonna hit the this is what she's gonna do.
She gonna fall on Michael Cole.
If she gets thrown off the top of that cage or falls off the top of that cage in any way, she's either gonna hit the corner of the table.
Oh.
Or she's gonna like smooth
just hit the
ground.
Hit the ground, man. Just don't, man. And I'm not just saying it because it's you. If Sami Zayn walked his happy ass up to that top of the cage, I'd be like, don't, man. You botch way too much. You botch way too much.
I trust Zayn to do it before Sasha.
I don't trust either one of them. I'd be like, dude, man, no.
Who do you trust to take that bump, though?
Mankind.
No.
Mick Foley. That's it. That's all I trust.
All right.
Mick Foley.
Really, for real, who do you think who could take that? Who could take that bump on the main roster?
Man, that question, you have to. It's only the ECW guys because they're the only guys who routinely take crap like that. Like it. It's
you don't
like
think there's any of those indie guys who've taken
no, man. But to me, it's like they haven't taken it consistently to the point where I trust them to take it. They may have taken it once or twice, but nothing like that. Nothing like that. No, not even the circumstances. You have to think about it. So you're thinking in your head, okay, this is what's going on in your brain, dude. This is WWF. This is WWE. This is a pay-per-view. This is that. All this stuff is going. I got to land a certain way. I got to do. Like when you're taking them indie bumps, like nobody sees that crap. It's like, okay, well, I'm about to, I'm just going to try this out and see what happens. Like you're thinking about all that stuff as he's about to throw you off the edge. I'm just like, all of that plays into how you spring off of that, how you throw yourself off of that. And then that's going to dictate where you land at. I'm just like, I don't trust nobody unless the guys that have done it routinely, like, which is your RVDs, your Sabos, your Sabus, your Sandmans, your Tommy Dreamers, your Terry Funks, your New Jack. Well, not New Jack. New Jack just throws people. He throws
the guy
people.
who throws somebody.
Well, that's what the person who I trust to throw you.
I take it back. I've seen New Jack go through 4 or 5 tables like that were stacked on top of each other.
I trust Matt and Jeff Hardy to do that. Like I don't trust Sasha Banks and Sami Zayn to take that bump. I'm sorry.
What about your boy Kevin? He's always hitting up.
Kevin Owens?
Yeah, Kevin Owens. What about Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho hits those marks.
You know what the funny thing about it? You never really see Kevin Owens take crazy bumps like that.
He got slammed on that.
He slammed on it, but consistently he doesn't do it. Well, he takes it every once in a while.
The
but
product is different, so people aren't just going through tables in the regs.
People aren't going through tables, but people are taking crazy bumps a lot. But Kevin Owens isn't one of those people that takes those bumps. AJ Styles takes a lot. He takes a lot. Like, think about how many bumps he took in that John Cena. Like, John Cena's moves caused him to slam against the mat.
Yeah.
And AJ did it a couple of times. Roman Reigns, his moves caused AJ to slam against the mat.
Roman Reigns has a pretty good control of his body.
Man, Vince McMahon will never allow that to happen. Vince McMahon will have Roman Reigns.
He could do it though.
Vince McMahon will have Roman Reigns fall on a bed of feathers.
He threw him into the feather factory. The cotton ball factory.
It's like Rikishi, you dump truck full of feathers. Roman Reigns, man.
You think
I don't think he could do it.
Control over his body to do it.
I think Roman will psych himself out. I think Roman will psych himself out. Seth Rollins will psych himself in, if that makes sense. Seth Rollins will be like, okay, I need to make this look really good, and then he'll end up killing himself.
He'll do too much.
He'll do too much. Dean could probably do it because Dean is the mediate between the two.
Dean doesn't have that control over his body.
I think Dean has. I feel like Dean's strength is to make stuff look bad.
Yes.
So it's a situation where it needs to look bad. Dean can do that.
I think that
Dean doesn't botch. Have you noticed that?
I think that what?
Dean doesn't botch.
Yes, he does. Like,
when did he
remember
botch?
the Dolph Ziggler match? Like, it was full of botches.
Nah.
All the slow that slow turnaround he was supposed to do on the ring apron.
But yeah, but
the super kick he was supposed to take and fall on the barricade. Like, he makes all kinds of mistakes.
But there's different types of botches.
Speaking
There's
of that,
botches of taking there's botches of taking a bump, and there's botches of like, dude, you know you can do better than that. Like there's botches like that.
What
Sasha takes
does?
No. You've never seen Dean Ambrose take a Sasha botch or a Sasha bump where she's like scorpion into the, like, she completely misses her mark where Charlotte's supposed to catch her, and she scorpions into the pavement. You never seen Dean take something like that. Like or the Cesaro, he did the dive.
He landed on his head.
He scorpioned into the pavement. You never see Dean moves too slow to kill himself.
That's true.
He moves too slow. Yeah, he does stuff like where he's like,
stuff looks lame though.
Like,
because
look,
he does that.
Act like you punch me. Like, go like Dean does this. No, don't even go slow. Just go like you're punching me for real. That's what Dean does. Dean, like, he has this. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do this. It's fake. Like, that's what Dean does. Dean doesn't do like, oh, I'm about to sacrifice my body and kill myself. Like, he doesn't do that. Like, he moves too slow for that. So I can see Dean like calculating. All right, okay, the table's right there. Okay, like I seen Dean doing it, and it will make sense for Dean to do it because he's the lunatic fringe, and he's a tough guy. That's what they're building him up to be. You know what I'm saying? I can see him doing that.